know what I'm saying? Let's reinterpret this thing for what it means for me. When Donald Trump say get these Mexicans up out of here, yeah, the urge might just be to be like, and I don't mean Mexican, just all Mexican. I'm talking about Mexicans as in you are a citizen of Mexico. I ain't talking about Mexican as in you're a descendant of someone from Mexico. I'm saying you're a citizen of Mexico here illegally. Right? Right? You a citizen of Mexico here illegally. When he say get the illegal Mexicans out of here, right? On surface, that thing might seem racist. And a lot of people might encourage us to be like, no, fight against it, it's racist, Donald Trump is a racist. And Donald Trump probably is a racist now, don't get me wrong. But that don't hurt us. If we reinterpret that for black people, that's a good thing. If you look at our stats, right? Our unemployment, our poverty ratios and all that, when it got worse when illegal immigrants start coming in. Right? If you just look at the stats, it got worse when illegal immigrants coming in. Why is that? You want to know the time period that illegal immigrants start really rushing in here? About the time that we got emancipated. So you get rid of slave labor, and now you get cheap labor from people who really ain't even supposed to be here. Nobody's gonna reinterpret that for us though. For us, we just looking at we're all in solidarity, the Mexican and the black person together. Then you know what else they're gonna throw in there? The women. Right? They be like, yeah, and women too. You know what I'm saying? Women take together because that's an easy one. But you know how somebody gonna have to reinterpret that for it, right? Because you got these white folks, and when Massa was whipping the slave on the back, right? He had beaten their butt. He went in and somebody made him dinner that night. When the slave was too hurt to make it, somebody made him dinner. Who was that?
Probably his woman.
That was probably his woman, wasn't it? I mean, so when the KKK put on his hood and everything, he go out, he ride on his horse, and he get out there, he looking for him some niggers, right? Somebody ironed his KKK robe. I don't know who that could have been. That was probably his woman. You know the Confederate statues that they was talking about in the news. They was like, yeah, take these things down, all that stuff. You know, a lot of them statues, it was a white woman who designed them things, right? So it's a win-win for white people when they can get the woman, like the woman's march and the woman's movement. It's a win-win for them. They say the woman is paid less and this, that, and the other. She also got pension from her daddy. Her rich daddy that passed down that money, she also got that. I mean, let's not leave that thing out. And if you want to talk about who paid less, let's compare how much the white woman is getting paid compared to the black man. Let's really talk turkey. Let's see who win that one. They don't want to talk about that, though. Let's see how much the white woman is put in jail compared to the black man. Or the black woman. Let's talk about those numbers. No, stand in solidarity. Black women, every women's march, guess who they're going to push up to the forefront of it? A black woman. They'll put her butt right on the mic. Yeah! Ah! Ah! I'll be looking like, man, you did that. They're not your friend.
They not.
You know what I'm saying? That's not your argument.
They're really not.
It's cool to be, look, I'm not, in no way am I saying like we shouldn't stand with other groups of people. That's not the point of what I'm saying. The point of what I'm saying is they should stand for us first. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you just rank what population group is doing the worst in America, no matter how you slice that thing, it's going to fall on us. So when you start to stack your priorities, who should come first? And yes, white women and women overall are done wrong in a lot of different ways in this society.
I'm happy you know.
In a lot of different ways, right? No problem. But when you start to rank that thing, let's just take that thing in order and let's just be fair about it. I think black people got to come first in some way or something. Let's have a black women's march. I'm fine with that. Let's have I don't know. Okay, I ain't got nothing for the illegal immigrant. Y'all just got to get y'all butts up out of here. I need my job back. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all butts just got to go build the wall, Trump. Build that thing all the way, build it high. Come here legally. That thing ain't fair. Look, this is the thing that bothered me about it. They come here, they chose to come here illegally. And you know what they going to call it when they get here and not want to leave? The Dream Act, after Martin Luther King.
That's messed up.
Did we choose to come here? Who The boat that we hop on was like, no, let's just sneak on the boat so we can go to America and be slaves. That's crazy. Now, we didn't choose to come here. These people brought us here and never paid us what we was owed. And never gave us the stuff that they promised after they ended slavery. And then still enslaved us after they ended slavery. Then they came up with the 13th Amendment to have a loophole to say you ain't got no rights if you're a felon. And they continue slavery and still continue slavery in that fashion today. So, I mean, that thing just kind of bothered me a little bit. Like, you can't come over here and then attach yourself to black power and be like, yeah, we struggle just like black people. Nah, you ain't struggling.
Not at all.
Nah, you're not struggling. You want to tell me, you want to know what the illegal immigrants do? They come over here, right?
They got a whole country to go home to.
They come over here, right? They're poor in their country, right? Poor ain't got no money in their country. They come over here, they get in the house. Mama, you told me, when you was in your neighborhood in LA, when you first moved over there, what did you used to see in terms of the Mexicans? Is she listening to me? Mama, what did you used to see in terms of the Mexicans when you moved into your neighborhood? You told me you moved into your neighborhood in LA.
All of them having them stair-step babies and buying up everything in the neighborhood.
And what they do for work?
Sell oranges.
And what else? What they used to take around the neighborhood and take pictures?
Coin. Oh, that horse, that one little horse that he.
They get themselves a horse.
But they made money.
They did. Put your butt. I got a picture on the horse.
Yeah.
Look, put your little black butt on the horse. Dress you up. You know what I'm saying? I got a cowboy hat, a little bandana around my thing. I was a Mexican for that day. They came on. He took a picture of me. I looked good in that darn picture too. I still like that darn picture. That Mexican say $20. All under the darn table. I ain't paying no taxes on it. We pay taxes, don't do it.
Come on.
Never put your business out there. What the IRS do to you?
They came at me like I owed them for 2014.
And were they right about that or wrong?
Wrong.
When they gonna go after illegal immigrants?
I paid the most in taxes that you can pay. So it's crazy.
I'm trying to figure out when they gonna go after the illegal immigrants. No, they ain't even in the system. They don't even know they there. But they got the same struggle we do, huh? That's just the thing that kind of bothered me. You know what I'm saying? They pack up in these houses. They get their little side hustles. And then guess what they open up after they build up enough money? I mean, 17 of them in the house. And we laugh at that, right? That's a joke. We laugh at that, but it's proof. You got 17 people in this house. You got all these people that's working, doing different things, stacking up money. They being patient. Nothing against them. They hustling. They doing what they got to do, right? I'm just saying that they hustle is hurting us. And y'all here illegally. I can't hold a cell phone without getting darn shot. Y'all here illegally. Some got to get it. Right? I stack money. I'm Mexican. 17 people in the house. Stack money. Sell oranges. Horse. You know what I'm saying? Corn. Get the corn. I support the corn.
Inflation, though.
Look.
They were saying $6 for $1, sell them for $3 each.
The corn man around the corner sold that thing for $2.50. I said, when y'all gonna go up? I'm trying to figure out what your overhead is. If you was like a reputable business, you got your cash kiosk, you know what I'm saying? You got your little machine. I know, I work with credit card. I know for a fact you got to pay Visa, you got to pay MasterCard, you got to pay American Express if you want to take them. That's why some places you don't see American Express and Discover on there. Because it's like, man, listen, most people just got these two types of cards. I ain't about to pay these people because you got to pay for each one of those companies, those card associations, right? So I get it, I understand. You got some overhead. You got a restaurant, you got a building, you know what I'm saying? You got some overhead. I can understand. That's why when I go to Taste My Love or I go to Best Meat Company on the west side, right? I get it. I don't mind paying $12, $14 for their plates. I get it. You got an overhead. Like you got a building, you got to keep the lights on in the building. You got nice little TVs up, all this stuff, and cable playing it. I understand. That ain't no problem for me. I support my black people. That's fine. No problem. Now when I go to the Mexican, and I try to give you a credit card, you'll be like, no credit card. I'll be like, no credit, I can't just give you credit. No credit card, cash only. All right, well, I'll just give you a cash. Let me run to the ATM, I'll give you some cash. And then you want to charge me $2.50? What are you paying for? The corn?
$6 for $1.
We got the corn there, you know, that thing wasn't that expensive. So now they killing. And guess who buying the corn? Because what neighborhood they going to be in with the corn?
That one in the neighborhood where we are.
When's the last time you drove through Summerlin and you saw the corn man hanging out, ringing a bell? Ding, ding, ding. You ain't never seen this butt.
And they drive.
They drive through
They
Summerlin?
drive from
They butt ain't about to be pushing the cart out there. They kick their butt up out of there so quick. You better big butt to get picked. Guess where they gonna be? Our neighborhood. Selling it to our people. Inflating the darn price. And guess what they do with the money after they make it? This is the work. They send it back to Mexico.
Bro, they charged me. I was at work, at school.
And I don't want to beat up on these illegal immigrants, but keep going.
I was at work at school. It was like, Long Elementary. It's like in the Mexican neighborhood. And I was at work, and I seen the quarter man across the street. I had like 20 minutes before the kids got out of school.
Get you a piece of
So when I went against the quarter, my man was like, yeah, $2.50. I was like, when they go up? But the family before me, I think he sold it to him for like $1. They was Mexican.
I wouldn't put it past them. They ain't got no sign talking about this how much it is.
Yeah.
They ain't got no website. They ain't got no overhead.
I think I asked somebody like how much you paid. So when I went to ask them, that wasn't what the person told me they paid. And it was a Mexican person that told me.
There you go.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. It was like a Mexican family in front of me. I was like, I don't think
nationality discount. I ain't mad at them. Give a discount to your people.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. Honestly, I'm not mad at the business. Right? That's fine. What I'm mad is that you got the audacity to say you got my struggle, and that I should stand with you when what you doing is hurting my people. Right? I mean, I'm good. I'm not mad. I'm not against setting up a corner. I told these people we was sitting down last week talking about where did these Mexicans get into business at? You know what we're talking about? Let's try to go into business every place they go into business. I wanna emulate what they do. I respect how they do it. What I don't respect is that you got my struggle, because you don't. I mean, you just don't. You just don't have my struggle. You get your money, stack up, 17 people in the house, everybody working, everybody stack up, you send it back to Mexico, and then you open up a business in Mexico. That business in Mexico start getting money. Now you're no longer poor in Mexico. When you left, you were poor. Now you can go back to Mexico. When they deport your butt, you ain't tripping. You go back to Mexico. Now you balling. Then guess what you're going to do? You're going to take that legal money that you now have, bring your butt over here legally, and then you're going to open up Roberto's.
Every corner.
You don't tell me how they minorities just like us, right? Why are there so many Roberto's? How did they do that? I love Roberto. Don't get me wrong. I eat Roberto's all the time. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, how were they able to accomplish that? How long we been here?
100 years.
Next year to be 400 years. Right? They record us coming here 1619. Next year is 2019. Next year it'd be 400 years. You mean to tell me we ain't got no real chains of black restaurants or black businesses like that? How'd they accomplish it and we can't? Because they got the support of a country.
That's what I was going to say. They got support.
They can send money back to their country, invest their money where it's cheap out there, build it up, bring it back over here legally, and now they got the support of their business in another country where the money is meant something to be something totally different at that point. It's hustle is smart, right? It's good. You should be able to do that. I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying that when that come against my people, somebody got to stand up for my people. Right? Somebody got to be able to be like, let me reinterpret what's going on for y'all. When people say, Mexicans are good and they are taking up the jobs that nobody wants, what they're saying is they're taking up the jobs that the unimportant people want. Right? It don't matter if black people want that job.
A whole bunch of black people that want a job.
Right? What jobs do black Mexicans have? The illegal immigrants. They working in yards. They working in service, the service industry. They working construction. Those type of places. Now, rewind 50 years. Who was working those jobs? Black people don't want them jobs. So when they get to telling you they're taking the jobs that nobody wants, no black person, that's not talking about you. They're talking about white people. They're taking the job that white people don't want. They're not taking the job that black people don't want. We'll take anything because when you're poor, that's what you do.
Exactly.
It's just logical. You're not going to sit here and say, no, I'm too good to work at that job. So in other words, what I'm going to do is just starve. Nobody's doing that, right? You're going to take the job, just like we've always taken the job and worked as maids and butlers and worked as babysitters. You know what I'm saying? All these different things. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Still the same rodeo. All right, keep going. I don't know how we got to talk about Mexicans.
Leviticus 23 verse 5.
I don't know.
Bro, look.
Well, now listen. If they not legal now, you alright. Now if they legal, they did what they supposed to. If they legal and they got over here, you know, the way they supposed to, you leave them alone. They people just like you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
They pay taxes, you leave them alone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now, if they illegal now, or if their parents are legal, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to address them, but just keep that thing in the back of your mind.
No.
Whole other story there, man.
Some dead person.
Yeah, that's a whole other story. I deal with that one too.
That's crazy.
But you know, they also have legislation where they don't have, if they speak Spanish, they don't have to provide the same thing. They get grants for it.
Yeah, they get grants. These Arabs too. Only people get grants.
They can walk into county services. And
Why you think these Arabs own all these corner stores?
They can do it without paying only the kids.
It's only us that don't get a grant. It's only the people that work here for free that don't get a grant to open up business, all these different things. That make a whole lot of sense. I'm an Arab. I'm coming from overseas. Oh yeah, and I got all this money. I can just open up a 7-Eleven right here. You know what I'm saying? I can franchise me out a 7-Eleven. How in the world are they able to do that? They got the support of a country. They got somebody that they got a whole country that can lobby and fight for them. Like, hey, you know all these countries, white people too, all these countries, you got more of their people here than in their country. Like Irish is more Irish in America than it is in Ireland, right? And the reason is because those are small countries, been there for millions of years, or not millions, but been there for thousands of years, right? So they running out of room. America's an eye opener for them, so population keeps going here. You know what I'm saying? And it's larger here than there. So they have more people here than ends up being there, right? So Ireland, if they looking at America and they know all their people are there and they appreciate their people, Ireland will talk to America like, okay, I'll tell you what, we'll do this, you do this, but look out for my people in this way. Right? Like the King of Morocco, right? He writes to George Washington, we'll do this trade with you, that's fine. On the condition you treat my people right. We don't have that.